Alright guys, so in this video I want to quickly go over quote unquote the best PVE team that you guys can use for the world exploration right now inside of Cookie Run Kingdom. And the reason why I say quote unquote is because of the fact that inside of world exploration there's a lot of different teams that you guys can use, and honestly speaking, because of a couple of the nerfs that has taken place with the release of episode 15 and 16, using the favorite cookies, using your favorite cookies actually work out. But if you guys do want to invest in the right cookies and you guys want to have a little bit of a smoother run throughout world exploration, you guys can use this particular video and the tips that I'm going to give you guys as a general guideline so that you guys don't struggle too much inside of the world exploration. So when it comes to team building, there are two things that you guys need to keep in mind, of course, and it is going to be putting 5 individual cookies inside of your team, as well as choosing 3 treasures. Alright, so this is all basic stuff, but it is going to be definitely really important in order to have a successful run and get all 3 stars within the world exploration. So definitely there's a ton of different comps that you guys can make with all the cookies that are available inside our Cookie Run Kingdom. However, in this video I want to go over the general one. Alright, so this is going to work out for majority of the stages. Of course, does not include boss stages. For boss stages you might need to switch out particular cookies for another one, and also there are some particular stages where you might want to switch your team just to have a easier run. So first of all, I generally like to tell my viewers, especially if they do join my live stream, what the best PvE team is first of all, I tell them there is really no one best team for PvE, but if they do ask for a specific team, I usually go and tell them a 2-1-2 comp, and that is 2 frontline tank with 1 DPS as well as 2 backline support / healer. So first, let's start out with the healer part. Alright, and first of all is pure vanilla. Alright, so everybody has a chance to choose 1 ancient cookie out of the 3 that are available right now for the Might of the Ancient event. So if you guys did not choose any of the 3 yet, alright, then I do generally recommend you guys to go with pure vanilla first, just because you can use pure vanilla inside of world exploration as well as the arena. And for overall value of the game right now, I would generally say that pure vanilla is going to be a bit more valuable than Hollowberry and dark cacao. Alright, so if you guys do not have pure vanilla, of course the secondary healer that you guys can go with, alright, is going to be herb. Alright, I would say herb is pretty good inside of the world exploration just because of the fact that there's a lot of different debuffs and things like that going on. But pure vanilla is just superior right now with the buff that he has received, because he is able to get rid of injury, which you will see within episode 13 as well as 14 and even in episode 16. Alright, so having the ability to alleviate injury by 50% is going to save your life, alright, within the game and within certain stages where you're just gonna have a ton of injury, and sometimes your max HP might have more red bar than a actual green bar or your HP bar. Alright, so having pure vanilla is going to be really good, and the burst heal with the 15-second cooldown is amazing. But of course, if you don't have it, going with herb is not a bad idea. Of course, cream unicorn is also an option. But I would say generally these 2 cookies are going to be your top priority healers in majority of the cases. And then after that, alright, I generally like to tell my viewers to go with the support. Alright, and the number 1 recommended support right now is going to be either cotton or cream puff. Alright, so cream puff of course is going to be a bit of more expensive option just because of the fact that you do need to try and build her with the magic candy. But if you don't have her, then going with cotton is going to be amazing as well. Cream puff has the ability to give attack buff as well as crit damage buff if you guys do get her candy all the way up to +10. Also, she does have the stun immunity that she's able to give to the entire team, and on top of that, just burst heal, burst damage, and all of those things are really good for the world exploration. If you don't have cream puff yet and you guys don't have the magic candy, cotton is still amazing, guys, and you guys should be able to use her within entire world exploration because she is going to be able to not only heal but also tank for the team with the sheep, as well as she will be able to stun the enemies with her sheep herd as well. Of course, there are some stages where the sheep do die instantly because of the effects of the enemy, but still cotton is great, and she did get a slight buff, so she is a bit better than she was before. So if you guys are more of a higher level player and you guys have the ability to build pure vanilla as well as cream puff, then these two will be your top two choices for the back lane. So pure vanilla and cream puff. If you don't have pure vanilla, you can switch it out with herb. If you don't have cream puff and you have pure vanilla, then you can go with pure vanilla and cotton. This also works out really well right now. So let's just put these two first right now. Now going into the middle section, which is going to be your DPS. All right, so the DPS, there's a lot and lots of option, but it is the best to go with a cookie that you can use for not only the world exploration but also in different game modes as well, including something like the guild boss battle as well as the arena. So when it comes to that, all right, it's usually really good to go with, of course, legendary or any of the super epics available, like Stardust, as well as someone like Moonlight, as well as someone like Frost Queen with Sherbet. But in case you guys don't have them, and I do want to go with more of a general usage, then the number one priority I would say is going to be something like Squid Ink or someone like Rye, as well as Captain Caviar. All right, so these three are the top three, I would say, DPSs that you guys can use for your middle lane. Not only do they do great damage, but also they are going to be really helpful for other comps inside of the game. So investing in them is going to be a pretty good idea, right? So Captain Caviar is going to be good for not only the world exploration, but also for the guild boss battle right now and the arena with the one-shot comp. Squid Ink is exactly the same one-shot comp as well as the guild boss battle, and also able to do a lot of damage. Of course, Squid Ink does need the magic candy and you do want to invest in it. Rye is exactly the same as well. Sometimes in the arena she is used, but she is greatly used inside of the guild boss battle as well, and she is going to do some insane damage to single hit enemies, so she will be great for boss battles as well. All right, of course she does need to try and build her magic candy as well, but I would say these three are going to be your top choices. All right, so getting rid of them real quick, I'm going to put Squid Ink as my placeholder for the main DPS. Of course, if you have Moonlight is literally the number one pick. However, some players don't have Moonlight, so I'm just going to put Squid Ink as the middle lane. And then now the last one is going to be your tanks. All right, so your tanks are going to be there's a couple options, but I would say the number one pick definitely right now, if you guys can get it, it's going to be Hollow-Berry, and then right behind it is going to be someone like Dark Cow. All right, so Dark Cow is still really good for the world exploration, but Hollow-Berry is also a really good option for you guys, not only with the damage focus, but also because of the fact that Hollow-Berry is just able to do a insane amount of damage even without having to take advantage of her stuns. All right, so she's really good. Darker Cow is really good, but of course these two are going to be ancients, and if you guys already chose pure vanilla, then without having luck, it's probably going to be hard to choose Hollow-Berry. All right, so without that, the two picks that I would say right now that are going to be really good, it's going to be Space Donut as well as either Wildberry or Brute. All right, and of course you guys can also use Milky Way, but generally for the world exploration, I would say going with something like Wildberry to give 15% damage resist to entire team, as well as providing stun and good damage, or Brute with a 15% attack to the entire team with good stun is going to make your life a lot easier inside of the world exploration. And of course, Space Donut right now is going to be within the feature banner, so if you guys can get it, then it's going to be amazing. Within the world exploration, you're able to turn a lot of the enemies into donuts and also able to take advantage of their special ability. So Space Donut is amazing, but of course if you don't have Space Donut, then you can also go with Brute and Wildberry just in the front, or you guys can go with Brute and Milky Way, or even Wildberry Milky Way, and so on. All right, or you guys can also, of course, if you guys have Dark Cow or Hollow-Berry, switching them out is going to be really good. So now with this kind of general team built, all right, so with a 2-1-2 comp, I just want to really go over a quick topping guide for the entire team. So usually for the frontline tanks, of course, they are going to use full on solid almond in order to give damage resist to the entire team. So Space Donut is going to be using full solid almond. Right now I have one topping missing, but usually tanks, Wildberry as well as Space Donut want to use full on solid almond. Searing Raspberry for the DPSs is going to be a good rule of thumb. If you guys want to, you guys can also go with the full Swift Chocolate as well, just to keep a faster rotation for someone like Moonlight as well as someone like Sherbet. even Squid Ink, it will work out. But you know, if you guys are going with the damage focus, then going with the full Serum Raspberry is going to be good. And then the healers, it's going to be usually full on Swift Chocolate, except for Cream Puff, who is going to use full on Juicy Apple Jelly just because of her skill, where she relies on crit percentage. But if you are using Cotton, full Swift Chocolate will work out. And also Pure Vanilla within the World Exploration, I will use full Swift Chocolate. All right, and of course, every one of them, you guys do want to focus on damage resist, and you want to, you know, have decent amount just so that they don't die within the World Exploration. Right, so with all the toppings and the team building out of the way, let's finally talk about treasures. And the treasures right now, the number one pick, of course, is going to be a watch. All right, and it's going to be either the common one or the epic one, but you'll want to have either one of them at level 12. All right, the reason why I say that is because at level 12 for both of them, you are going to have 25% of cooldown reduction. And if you don't have it for the epic one, you will lose out on the cooldown reduction and also not gain all the way up to the 5% attack. So if you guys don't have a maxed out jelly launch, I generally don't want you guys to sacrifice the extra cooldown for a little bit of an extra attack. I would say just go with the, you know, common one will be perfectly fine. And then right now, usually you want to go with the whistle. All right, whistle is really good. Not only do you get crit percentage for your entire team, but you're also able to get attack buff as well as damage resist buff to 2 of your highest attacking cookie, usually going to be your single DPS as well as one of your tanks. And then you want to either go with the you know, epic scroll, or even right now you guys can go with the rare scroll, which is also going to be giving attack as well as defense boost to your entire team. This actually might be a better option for a lot of the players, just because of the fact that it is going to be pretty hard to get, you know, scroll all the way to level 12. It is not going to be like their top priority right now because the whistle is really good. So if you guys have the rare scroll at plus 12, just go with the rare scroll and it will be perfectly fine. So usually these will be your general treasures that you guys want to use. And of course, later on in specific stages, you might want to switch out the whistle for something like the feather, or even the monocle for the purify and things like that. But there you guys go. This is going to literally be how I usually build my team and what I usually recommend when players do ask during my live stream, hey HyRool, what is the best PvE team? So hopefully this video kind of gives you guys a general idea of how you guys should be building your team. Make sure it is balanced, guys. This is going to be the key. Balance with tank and a damage dealer DPS or damage per second cookie, as well as a healer slash support who is also able to heal and damage. So let me know down in the comments below if this video was helpful. If you guys would like to add anything or change anything, also leave it down in the comments below so I am able to see if I need to change anything for a future video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.